it's Caroline, career and leadership coach. And today I want to talk about when your career is thriving and it just feels good. You are in the flow, everything works out, you are loving what you're doing, you get up in the morning, you're energized, you come home, you're still excited because everything went the way you expected and the way you wanted. But here's the thing. When you're stuck in a rut, then everything changes. And the memory of that high that you were on starts to fade away. And you are becoming demotivated, disengaged. Often, like the guys at work do something, and you just like don't feel like participating. But more than anything, you start to lose self-confidence, and it starts to affect you. So today, what I want to do is share with you a four-step strategy on how to get out of that rut and basically how to get moving again. Because when you're in it, you often don't see where the light is. So like a lot of people that I speak to through my free career breakthrough sessions, they are stuck in their career. They reach out to me, we have a chat, and at the end of the call, they have what they want to move forward, whether that is working with me or whether they can do it on their own. That's totally fine. But they have like a path. So I wanted to share some of the insights that with you that actually get you moving again. So the first thing I want you to do is regain clarity. Now, regaining clarity, the way you do that is by reflecting back. What has changed? And it's easy to say like, but like the team has changed, the projects have changed and so on. But I want you to peel back the onion and to go deeper and get an understanding what is the character of the stakeholder that you really work really well with? What's the dynamic in the team that you really feel that makes you feel alive? What was it about that project? What was the nature? What was a challenge? What was a task that you were doing? Now, looking back, it gives you insights to yourself, and we often don't take the time out to stop and reflect back what's really going on. And when I say reflect back, I don't mean dwell on it, because some people, when they reflect back, they get stuck in, oh, what if this happened? What if that happened? And that shouldn't have been like this. And that's dwelling. That is not what I want you to do. I want you to be an observer when you go back in the past and look at the things as objectively as possible, because regaining that clarity will do the second thing that I want you to have, and the second step in the process. And that is regaining focus. You can focus when you have clarity over what worked, what didn't work in the past, in the last quarter, in the last 6 months, in the last year, whatever it was. Then when you have that clarity, then you can focus. Then you can say, okay, now I can focus on what really matters. And when you focus, you have to create a vision for yourself. Where do you want to be? And you have to align that vision with your values. Because otherwise, if there is a disconnect, you're not going to move forward because it doesn't feel right. It's not you. And so when you create that vision and that purpose, then you actually get in alignment. That's when you are getting momentum. Because when you work in an environment that is really aligned with your values, you're in the flow. Like if you value certain collaboration, certain integrities, like if you say that there needs to be a certain compensation, a certain salary, whatever it is that you value at work, you need to be very crystal clear on that, because that will give you focus on where to go next in your career. And how to put together that vision, and that vision needs to be aligned with your purpose that you have. And I know that often can be very difficult to put together a vision and a purpose. And a lot of the time, people say to me, and I was one of those people, by the way, when I heard it, like, I think it's more than 10 years ago, like, oh, you have to create a vision, Caroline. I was like, why? I just go on the fly. I just make things happen. Whatever I feel like it, whoop, whoop, it all works out fine. But like, if you don't have a vision, then you don't have like a compass that tells you where to go. And you are not going to achieve your goal in a certain time. Yeah, you might get there eventually, but it will take you so long. When you have a clear vision, the key with a vision is to detach yourself, because basically life happens, careers happen, like whatever in your situation will happen. So the key with a vision is that it will change, and you have to be okay with that. So I see, for example, a lot of people that are so close to, I have to achieve this, this is my vision. And it's like, no, not anymore. That it was a couple of years ago, maybe, or a couple of months ago. You have to be agile enough to actually make the changes required for that vision to come true. And that needs to be aligned to your values, your core values. Not a lot of people actually know their values anymore. They think their values are X, Y, Z, but they act in a total different way. And there is a big disconnect. And that is why so many people feel like at work they're stuck, or in their life and in their career, is because they miss that alignment. And it's really a good opportunity in Q4 of this year to retake stock and to actually redefine where you're sitting with all of that. Now, the third step is to create a plan. And that plan needs to be broken up, of course, in milestone, because if you just have a plan like get a promotion or get a higher salary, or it's too big, and you have to break it down to make it as efficient as possible. You need to break it down in smaller steps, because that is really what you need. So you, first of all, you need to regain that clarity. When you have clarity, you can create a focus. Focus needs to be aligned with your vision and with your values and your purpose. And then you create a plan of, okay, how am I going to get to my goal, my vision? How am I going to make that a reality? You build up a strategy. And this is really something that I'm really, really passionate about, because we have a plan or create a strategy for almost everything. The people I work with are like senior managers, directors, heads of, executives. They build plans, they create strategies. They have a financial strategies, you have an IT strategy, you have a marketing strategy, you have a sales strategy, you have a whole, and it always have to be aligned with the bigger business vision and where the business wants to go. So we all know strategy, but we do not, and I repeat, do not have a strategy nor a plan for our career. We're just like drifting from job to job. So take this time. You're never going to achieve your goal if you don't have a plan. And that plan needs to be deliberate. It needs to be intentional. Because if you just like go by default, no, you need to create it. You need to be in control, in the driver's seat, because otherwise your career is going to happen to you. You're not going to create that. And then the last part after that plan, you probably guessed it, because it's not rocket science here. I'm not telling you anything that you don't know, by the way, is actually to take action, because otherwise you're going to have a strategic plan that sits on the bottom in the bottom drawer. And how do you feel if that happens with the plan that you create at work? You feel crap. You don't have a sense of achievements. You don't feel that anybody is listening to you. You don't feel that you're making an impact. You don't feel you're making a difference. So do me a favor and don't put your own career plan in the bottom drawer. Have an action plan, a plan to actually make that reality. A lot of people that I spoke to lately, they say, they come to me and they say like, nothing is happening this last quarter of the year, or barely anything is happening. So I will put my career further on hold and actually restart next year. Well, you can do that, but you will be behind again from the people that actually already are taking action and already are moving forward. And that is the problem that a lot of people have. They say, like, I see others progressing and they have less skills than me. They have less experience than me. What do they have that I don't have? And they find excuses, not excuses, but they look at the outside world and outside factors, and they say, oh, it's because of the economy. Oh, it's because of this. Oh, it's because of that. So people love to look outside and look at outside factors to blame for their current situation. But when they can take control, they are petrified, and they rather not do it because it's too confronting. So I mean, like, make a plan on and take action on what you want to achieve, because you need to be accountable for yourself. If you don't do it, nobody else is going to do it. And if you delay and delay and delay on taking that action, then before you know it, you're 5 years away from retirement and you're not proud of what you achieved. You made sacrifices in your career and look back and say, like, oh, I made those sacrifices, but I didn't get the results that I wanted. And so the time is now that you can make that difference, because you have so much to offer. Don't waste it away. Take action. Be an example to everybody around you and to your kids about taking action, having a plan and vision, that whatever sacrifices that you're making, and we all are making sacrifices for our careers. So whatever sacrifices you're making, you're okay with them, because it's like it fits in the bigger picture. They're not in vain. And when I mean in vain, it's like, for example, I see so many people working crazy hours for a job that they hate. That is sacrifices in vain. They don't see their family. They don't have the social life that they want, because they just think they need to perform a certain way. And that is okay. But like, those are sacrifices in vain. So don't let any sacrifices you make, any effort that you make, be in vain. And if you have a plan to move forward. I hope this resonated with you. If it did, what I want you to do is give me a thumbs up on this video, share this video if you know anyone that needs to hear this message. So there are a couple of things you can do from here on. If you are looking at the job market and you're just starting, time to refresh your resume. And if you want best practice, I have a resume template. So it's a free 6-figure resume template in the website. The URL I will put in the comments below this video also. And so what the template does, it's basically a breakdown of what you need to put almost in your resume. And because there are certain psychological triggers that people need to have in your resume. So I know there are millions of resume templates available online. This is not your box standard resume template. This is really going to help you craft your own resume that converts. And when I say converts into an interview, because that is the purpose of of resume. A resume doesn't need to get you the job. A resume needs to get you an interview. Anyway, so if you want to check that out, that is the first option. Second option is if you actually want to stand out, get more interviews, and actually really actively want to land your next leadership role. I have a masterclass, and it's a 5 simple steps to stand out, get more interviews, and land your next leadership role. And it's a 35-minute masterclass. And in it, I really literally break down all the components of how you have to look at your career. And most people, they get on a call afterwards with me and they say, Caroline, I had so many aha moments. There were so many things in there that I haven't been doing, and now it all makes sense. So go and register for that masterclass. It will give you so many insights into how you have to look at your career. Because like I said, not many people have built a strategy and really created a strategy to move their career forward, to move that needle forward. And then lastly, if you say like, look, actually, Caroline, I've been following you for a while now, and I'm ready for the next step, then go and book yourself in a call, newhorizoncoaching.com.au/call. Now, I work with people all over the world, and what I do is really help them like step up in their career, take the next step, and whether that is whether you're based in the UK, in Australia, in New Zealand, in Singapore, wherever, or in the US, it doesn't really matter. It's really like making sure that I help you craft your message, craft your story, craft your narrative. And that is the foundation of really what all the rest is going to be like. Your resume, your LinkedIn profile. And what we do is a co-creation process, because I'm not the expert in your area of expertise. You are. And you know you best. So basically on the call, what we're going to do is just identify that and how I can help you progress in your career and actually make that goal a reality. And that's it. So if you really want to focus, whether it's Q4 that you want to say, Caroline, I need a job now, or you want to be ready for Q1, don't procrastinate. Book in a call, make it happen, and let's focus on your career. Let's give your career the attention it deserves, because a lot of you have been neglecting your career strategy and where you want to go for a long time. So it's time to prioritize that and focus on that. So I hope this helped. This was it for today, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you again. Bye.